an excellent question.
12 months is very tricky. 5 years is much easier to answer.
Now that is a trick question. I would say let's pick a theme on fintech. Let's pick challenger banks, because that's what Dave talked about. I think we will continue to see some shakeout of fintech challenger banks. Honestly speaking, there are way too many. Especially in Europe. Now, in the US it's a completely different story, but I would think that some of them will need to prove out their business model to prove why it is.
I think we'll be back here in 12 months, A. B, I think there's going to be a rationalization across the market, that there'll be a lot more M&As. We'll see a lot more of that concentrated effort on building single solutions that work. So I think there'll be a lot more smaller exit, but merger and acquisition approach. I also think we'll start to hear the shift in conversation around competition again. So this could be, we're trying collaboration. I think we may swing back a little bit to, no, we're back in competition with one another.
I think what we have to do in the next 12 months, first of all, in Europe, all the acquisitions which have been happening in the past 24 months in the fintech industry, I think we have to finalize these acquisitions, because I have the feeling this is not done yet properly. And second of all, keeping up with the regulations.
We will see sort of some of the insurtechs where I'm working at really to thrive, to actually go beyond the MVPs, go beyond the sort of initial pilots and actually become industry strengths. And on the other hand, we will have insurance companies also now sort of the medium-sized and the late followers now opening up and actually having digitalization and using the opportunity with insurtechs more than they did before.
I think we'll just see your continued disruption. We see the sort of legacy players today are, they have a huge number of clients, but their revenue streams are being chipped away at by innovation within the fintech space, and some of those fintechs are becoming, really quite significant, and they have critical mass now. And I think we'll see in the next 12 months, undoubtedly one or two of those, really substantial fintechs begin to make some real serious play across international payments in particular.
PSD2 will be really embraced, and also banks will really see that it's actually an opportunity and not just a threat. And then moving from just open banking to open finance. I think that will be the movement for the next 12 months or so.
No correction whatsoever, lots more investment. I think you'll see that people aren't really daunted by Brexit, and we continue as usual.
I mean, in terms of the coming year, I keep thinking back to that opening panel, and the point that came through quite strongly was about ethics and maybe starting to think about codes of conduct for AI and trying to find ways for fintech to use AI to do good things.
So fintech has been through an exciting bubble phase. Over the last few years, we've seen a lot of new ideas, new services, and new business models being demonstrated and being experimented with. I think that phase is coming to an end, and over the next 12 months, we're going to see a separation between those ideas that have acquired genuine traction and have become genuine earners of significant revenue and have started to work, and those ideas that maybe were very good, but whose timing wasn't quite right, or just weren't very good ideas at all, beginning to fall, unfortunately, by the wayside. So we're going to see the fintech bubble turn into something much more solid.
Well, fintech over the next 12 months will probably continue to be looking at collaborating and partnering with traditional financial institutions. We are seeing some of the big unicorns going global, like the Revoluts and Monzos of this world. But I think give it a few more years, and we won't even talk about fintech anymore. We'll just talk about technology and finance, because basically that's what it is.